What's up, guys? Welcome to Oscar season part 2. I'm James. Sorry for this late video. Want to get that out first. It's a day late, usually on Wednesdays. Had a crazy week this week. The studio's been closed for the last week because of snow and ice we've had here in Missouri. But coming to you today with Oscar season part 2, going deep dive on all the nominations. Gonna give you full breakdown, my thoughts on the nominations, and that's kind of how it's going to go. I actually had this recorded earlier with the snubs video, but it was going to be way too long, so we split up into 2 videos, and here's the second part now, so let's jump into it. Let's get into these nominations. I'm going to go category by category, give you a little my take for the whole thing, then go through on each one. So starting from the top, Best Picture. Right off, this one is probably the worst category I've seen in 5 years at least. Black Panther, BlacKkKlansman, Bohemian Rhapsody, The Favorite, Green Book, Roma, A Star is Born, and Vice. And I say it's one of the worst I've seen because of those snubs. Because of the ones that didn't even get in, that didn't even get a chance to get in. But you have things like Black Panther and Bohemian Rhapsody, even Green Book, in there nominated for Best Picture. Really just rubbed me wrong. Especially Bohemian Rhapsody. I can't stand it. I can't stand that so many people just can ignore Bryan Singer's involvement. And yes, it's a mark, but it's a mark that needs to be taken seriously against the film. It's going to affect the Oscar chances of Bohemian Rhapsody. Now, who do I want to win? BlacKkKlansman, one of the better movies I've seen all year. Who do I think will win? I think Bohemian Rhapsody will take it. But a wild card is Roma. Roma has been gaining a lot of steam recently. A great Netflix original, too. I think that could be the wild card out of Best Picture. Moving on to lead actor. I don't think there is any chance. I think it's pretty much a done deal for Rami Malek in Bohemian Rhapsody. Nominations go Christian Bale for Vice, Bradley Cooper, A Star is Born, William Dafoe at Eternity's Gate, Rami Malek, Bohemian Rhapsody, and Viggo Mortensen, Green Book. I really do think Rami Malek just has it sealed. There's just a certain thing about biopics and musicals that the Oscars love, the Academy loves. So I think he pretty much has it sealed up. If I had to pick, I think that they might also give it to Christian Bale, just because Christian Bale, again, one of the last true method actors we have, putting on the weight, shaving the eyebrows, turning into Dick Cheney. I think they might throw him a bone for that. A couple underdogs, maybe wild cards, Bradley Cooper, Star is Born, because the dude learned to play guitar, and he did all his own singing in that movie. And Willem Dafoe at Eternity's Gate could also be a wild card. Next up, lead actress. Could be fun. This one is one of those categories that there's a really strong field this year, and the actors always bring it, but this one is especially strong. Yalitza Aparicio for Roma, Glenn Close, The Wife, Olivia Colman, The Favorite, Lady Gaga, A Star is Born, and Melissa McCarthy, Can You Ever Forgive Me? I think they're either going to give it to Glenn Close or Yalitza Aparicio for Roma, but I would love to see Lady Gaga win it because of her role in Star is Born as Ally. Again, she was just a knockout. Moving on, supporting actor, we got Mahershala Ali, Green Book, Adam Driver, BlacKkKlansman, Sam Elliott, A Star is Born, Richard E. Grant, Can You Ever Forgive Me, and Sam Rockwell for Vice. Now, I think there's really only one choice, and it's going to go to Mahershala Ali. He's just the perennial supporting actor. But this also could be Adam Driver or Sam Elliott. I really think Adam Driver delivered a great performance in BlacKkKlansman. Sam Elliott as well, Jackson Maine's older brother in A Star is Born. I think Sam Elliott is also the wild card. I mean, he gave one of the best performances of his career as well in Star is Born, so he might just grab it for that performance. Supporting actress, we got a little double-time Lanthimos. A little 2-time Lanthimos. But we got Amy Adams for Vice, Marina de Tavira for Roma, Regina King, If Beale Street Could Talk, Emma Stone, The Favorite, and Rachel Weisz, The Favorite. The double time. I think there's really only one option. It has to be Regina King. I don't know how you can not give it to Regina King for If Beale Street Could Talk. She did an amazing job. One of the best performances, male, female, otherwise, this year was Regina King in If Beale Street Could Talk. Absolutely knockout. I think, if not, maybe Emma Stone and Rachel Weisz for The Favorite. Just double time. One of them could take it home, but I really am pulling for Regina King. Next up, director. This one could be tough. Again, another one of the stronger fields we have in the Academy. Spike Lee, BlacKkKlansman, Paul Pawlowski, Cold War, Yorgos Lanthimos for The Favorite, Alfonso Cuarón for Roma, and Adam McKay for Vice. My pick, I really hope BlacKkKlansman takes it. I think that was one of the best directed films of the year. Very politically charged at a very correct time. In America right now, I think that's kind of what we need. Alfonso Cuarón would also be kind of a wild card, I think, for Roma. Just how much steam it's gotten the past couple weeks, past month or two. Or Yorgos Lanthimos for The Favorite. Quick stat, over the last 10 years, whoever's won director has also won Best Picture for the same movie 6 out of the last 10. So these directors, look for them in the Best Picture category as well. Moving on to animated feature, there's only one choice, and I don't care what you say, there's only one choice for this entire thing. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Easy. Easy. Don't make it hard on yourself. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I would love to see some other movies get the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse treatment because of the music, the colors, the way they animated that thing was amazing. Just straddled the line between 2D and 3D, really made you immersed in it, and one of the coolest ways to make a comic book come to the silver screen, because it really kept the same comic book nature and kind of out of this world nature that comic books have within them, but also keeping it animated as well. Next up, animated short, one above the rest, and that's Bao. It's got to be Bao. I know I've seen on Twitter a lot of people were like, I didn't understand that. Why'd she eat him? If you didn't know, Bao was the short that preceded Incredibles 2. And it's about a mother who is protective of her son and he leaves. Of course, it's a metaphor. She doesn't actually physically eat him. For her son leaving and she wants to protect him and she doesn't want to believe yet. And it's a very sweet, sweet short. Disney directed, obviously. I think Bao should take it home. Next up, we got adapted screenplay. This category, single-handedly, is the hardest category of the entire ceremony, of the entire night. Ballad of Buster Scruggs, Joel Coen, Ethan Coen. BlacKkKlansman, Can You Ever Forgive Me, If Beale Street Could Talk, and A Star Is Born. Those are my favorite movies I've seen of the whole year. This is going to be a super tough one. Who I think is going to win it, I'd love to see BlacKkKlansman and If Beale Street Could Talk. Those are my two that I think will take it home. Again, maybe an underdog, a wild card, A Star Is Born, simply because being adapted for the 4th time, it's a Hollywood classic. Everyone knows of the Star Is Born story. But to take it this way and do it in a different way, to give a fresh take completely, I think is a really great thing they did with the movie and something that made it feel so original. So that could take it home with a wild card, but this is one of the hardest categories of the entire night. Following it up with another hard category for original screenplay. The Favorite, First Reformed, Green Book, Roma, and Vice. Who I want to take it home is First Reformed. That movie, again, sticks with you. It cuts deep. It's a great screenplay, But I think they're going to give it to Green Book. I think the Academy just likes the story. It's a little sappy. But I think it would be better served going to First Reformed with Paul Schrader. But I do think the Academy's going to go Green Book. Next up, we got cinematography. And it is just, meh. No Roger Deakins. Meh. We got Cold War, The Favorite, Never Look Away, Roma, and A Star Is Born. Who I think is going to win it, and who I think the Academy will choose as well, is Roma with Alfonso Cuarón. Again, I think Roma has built a really big case for being one of the best movies of the year. Started off slow, then all of a sudden just popped on the scene. Again, a Netflix original, so anyone with a Netflix account, go check it out. Roma. Underdog wildcard, A Star Is Born. And again, I might sound like I'm a Star Is Born fanboy, which I might be. But the movie was shot so well, especially those concert scenes, making you feel like you were watching a concert documentary. Felt like you were at the concert yourself. So I think just for that alone, it could do it. And the fact that all those concert scenes were shot live. On stage at Coachella, at Gladsbury, shot live on stage. They had like 5 minutes, 8 minutes to shoot them, and they'd run in, get their shots, and have to go. So I think just the technical aspect, the technical side behind their cinematography is going to be what could take it. Next up, Best Documentary Feature. Thin field, I think it's really only between Free Solo, Minding the Gap, RBG. RBG only because she's the pop culture icon. People have kind of memed Ruth Bader Ginsburg, but the documentary out on Hulu. I would love to see Free Solo, just because it's an amazing story. The fact that you can climb the face of El Capitan, no wires, no cables, no nothing. But a thinner field, I think. Next ones, I don't have an opinion on Best Documentary Short, Best Live Action Short, or Best Foreign Language. Even though Foreign Language I think is going to be Roma. But Documentary Short and Live Action Short, don't have an opinion. And those are the ones I love to see because it exposes you to new filmmakers. Filmmakers that might not be from where you're from, that might shoot differently, talk differently, whatever. So I think it's a great way to expand the medium of filmmaking. Film editing, I think there's only one choice, and that's BlacKkKlansman. in my opinion. But we'll go on. BlacKkKlansman, Bohemian Rhapsody, Green Book, The Favorite, and Vice. I have a feeling they might give it to Bohemian Rhapsody as a wild card, but I think the Academy will end up choosing The Favorite. I would love to see BlacKkKlansman though. I just think that movie was just so well and it sticks with you, and the way they edited it was really cool. It was really fun sometimes too with how they would split the screen with him and Duke, how they edited the movie. Really kept you engaged the entire time. Sound editing, whoever wins sound editing, I think will win sound mixing. Again, like the director and Best Picture, person that has won sound editing has also won sound mixing 6 out of the last 10. So over 10 years, 6 times it's been a double feature. So for sound editing, we got Black Panther, Bohemian Rhapsody, First Man, A Quiet Place, and Roma. Now, I think this one could be one of those that Black Panther actually takes for sound editing, but I also think that who it should go to is First Man for their sequences in space, the launches. Besides that, I really think that the Academy is just going to give it to Bohemian Rhapsody because it's a biopic, deals with Queen, deals with Freddie Mercury music, you know, so I think they will end up giving it to Bohemian Rhapsody. Which, for sound mixing, Black Panther, Bohemian Rhapsody, First Man, Roma, plus A Star Is Born. So Quiet Place and Star Is Born are just flipping out with mixing and editing. Again, I think whoever wins sound editing is winning sound mixing. So that would either be Bohemian Rhapsody or First Man. Black Panther could, but I really think it's probably going to go to Bohemian Rhapsody simply because it dealt with the music. However, my pick and the wildcard pick would be Star Is Born because of the live aspect of mixing those sound and music. So that's who my pick would be Star Is Born for sound mixing. Next up, production design. Now, over the last 10 years, I did the hard stuff for you. I went out, I did all this research, looked back for 10 years, all the categories, seeing what was up. Production design, 4 times has been fantasy. So for fantasy film, Crimes of Grindelwald, Star Trek, those kind of things, 4 times. 2 times for period, 2 times for drama pieces. So I think for production design, Black Panther has a really great chance, and I would love to, that would actually be the film that I would like to see. Not for Best Picture, it's not the best picture of the year. It's just not. But production design, yes, it could be. The category, we got Black Panther, First Man, The Favorite, Mary Poppins Returns, and Roma. Now, the Academy has a pitfall of going with the period pieces, the dramas, and I did the hard work for you. I went back, I did 10 years of research to look through which ones are the most likely to win for production design. And in fact, more than period pieces, more than dramas, fantasy genres, Crimes of Grindelwald, Shape of Water, those type of movies have won 4 of the last 10. It's a pretty split, but 4 is the biggest. So, in fact, Black Panther does have statistically a better chance than The Favorite or Mary Poppins Returns. And I think Black Panther actually has a really great chance of taking it home because of the global fan base that it's built when it released. So I think Black Panther is my pick for production design. I think it'd be great if it took it home. It built that world of Wakanda extremely well with its use of props and the costumes and the decor and the nature. You know, like it really did build that world, made you feel like it was a real place. So I think Black Panther should take it home. If it doesn't, maybe The Favorite would take it home, but I really do think it'd be Black Panther. Next up, it's original score. This one is so serious because it's only one choice. There's only one choice for original score this year, and it's If Beale Street Could Talk. That's it. The field is BlacKkKlansman, Black Panther, If Beale Street Could Talk, Isle of Dogs, and Mary Poppins Returns. Beale Street Could Talk has the most beautiful score I've heard in years. It is a beautiful just piece of music. The way it eases into each other and just lays beneath the entire movie is beautiful. It's a beautiful soundtrack, and I don't think any other movie in this category can compete with it. That's my pick for who's going to take it home and who I think the Academy will pick as well. Next up, original song. Could be eye-rolling, honestly. It's All of the Stars from Black Panther, All Fight, RGB, The Place Where Lost Things Go, Mary Poppins Returns, Shallow, Star Is Born, When a Cowboy Trades His Spurs for Wings, The Ballad of Buster Scruggs. I think it should go to Shallow, and I think the Academy will pick Shallow. If it doesn't, maybe When a Cowboy Trades His Spurs for Wings, but it could be eye-rolling. Eyes literally just rolling to the back of my head if All the Stars wins from Black Panther. It's not the best original song of the year. I think it has to be Shallow. I think that's who the Academy will pick as well, but it could be eye-rolling if All the Stars takes it. Hair and makeup, no opinion, but again, doing that hardcore research for you guys, dramas and period pieces are the ones that take it home 5 times. Split between them. Drama actually has 3, period pieces 2. So Vice could take the edge. Mary Queen of Scots also a very likely movie to take home that Oscar from makeup and hair. Costume design is actually a pretty tight race. Ballad of Buster Scruggs, Black Panther, The Favorite, Mary Poppins Returns, Mary Queen of Scots. Over the past 10 years, 5 times it's been a period piece. Half of the time it's going to a movie like Mary Queen of Scots or The Favorite. However, this year's different. This year, Black Panther's in it. Now again, like production design, I think based on the fact of the global fan base that Black Panther's built and the fact that the costumes added to the realism of that world of Wakanda, I think that Black Panther could and should take it home with the win for costume design. But it's not a done deal. It's still a tight race. Any of the movies in this category could take it home. But I'd like to see the Black Panther win, and I think that the Academy would also pick Black Panther. Last category on the list, visual effects. It should be a done deal. I think Avengers Infinity War is going to take it home, but it's followed with Christopher Robin, First Man, Ready Player One, and Solo, A Star Wars Story. However, I think it has to be Avengers Infinity War. I don't think it can be anyone else. But according to the research, 5 times it's been sci-fi. So because of the sci-fi aspect, it might go Solo, but I think you have to give it to Avengers Infinity War because of some of the key scenes, the key characters, in fact, like Thanos is not a real actor. I mean, Josh Brolin isn't 8 feet tall and purple. I think for that, for the snap, I think whether you like the MCU or not, whether you like Marvel movies, superhero movies, whatever, you have to admit it still had some great visual effects in that movie. Thanks for watching, guys. Again, sorry on the late video. Had some crazy stuff happen, but we're coming to you again next week, next Wednesday, on a full wrap-up of Oscar season, because they're going to be airing on Sunday. So next week's video will be reaction to who won, who should have won, kind of just wrapping up the whole season. But again, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you guys learned a little something, a little more informed about the nominations now. But go out there and watch those Oscars on Sunday, and then you can finally see who's actually going to win. It's been a crazy Oscar season. But thanks again. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on those bells so you can be part of this TrakkRecord team. Be notified when all our new content is dropping, and be aware of all our new videos. Again, videos with me dropping on Wednesdays. I'm James. Don't forget to keep clean track record.